All right, welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show. Now, if you are new to this channel, then you may have noticed that we've been focusing a lot on silver recently. Now, there's a special place in my portfolio for silver, as it's the first precious metal that I ever bought. It was also gifted to me as a kid from my father. It was a 2-pack set with one silver $50 and one mercury dime. So a lot of pundits have been looking into silver recently, and it's been enough for Mike Maloney to call triple digit silver. Now, before we get into his claim, if you're new to this channel, please hit that big red subscribe button right down below. Also, please hit the like button. It helps to get this economic evangelism right on out there to the masses to bring more people into precious metals. Okay, so Mike Maloney of goldsilver.com just put out this video a couple of weeks ago all about the potential of silver. Now, in this video, he interviewed Ronnie Stoeferle of the In Gold We Trust report, which is this right here. And this year, Ronnie put out a dedicated chapter to silver. And in this interview, Mike and Ronnie spoke about the underlying fundamentals that are making silver a great play. One being that the gold to silver ratio hit a high of 1 to 125, meaning it took 125 ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. I'm just going to look through some of this as I speak here. In recent times, with silver's amazing performance, that ratio has started to drop, as we are currently below 1 to 95. I'm probably a little bit lower than that by now. Historically, this is still pretty high. And Ronnie also mentions that out of the 8 supply sources for silver, 6 are at a stage of stagnation. And he mentioned that demand is starting to pick up. But from his point of view, investor demand will be the main driver in moving the needle. Now, remember, on Monday morning, we saw that there were large SLV inflows into that ETF, which drove the silver price higher into the higher 19s. So, he's right in saying that, hey, like, investors are playing a huge role in this. Now, this video did come out on July 6th, this video here. And pretty much right around July 7th, we saw silver breaking above $19 just before July 13th. And we start to see silver pick up around July 7th. But right before July 13th is when we saw silver get above $19. And even back then, we started to see an uptick in SLV volume around that time. So Ronnie sees more institutional investors piling into the white metal soon, as they have, pretty much already got a firm grasp on gold. Now, also in this interview, Mike points to an interesting fact later on in the video by saying that in economic downturn, that in an economic downturn, the mining supply of silver from base metals gets reduced as there is a halt in lead, zinc, and copper. Now, we've already talked about this in prior videos about how lead, zinc, and copper are about 60% of the silver production in the supply side, because silver tends to be a byproduct when those three types of metal mines. So, just as these mines reduce operations because of an economic downturn, he basically says that's when everyone really starts to drive in and pile into silver. Now, here's the thing, guys. Mike Maloney ends his video by saying the gold to silver ratio may get as low to 20 to 1 or 10 to 1. Now, at 20 ounces of silver or 10 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. Now, if that happens, that means triple digit silver. Now, similar to what happened with a $50 silver in 2011, you know, if that does happen, it may just be a quick flash. Now, with a quick flash, you know, that's primarily one of the reasons why I'm deciding that in a situation like that, I'm planning on liquidating at percentages at various price levels from my silver stack. For example, I'll sell X percent at, let's say, for example, $40 an ounce of silver. I'll sell Y percent at $50 per ounce in silver, and etc. And because this movement may happen so quickly, that's why I'm sticking with coins of similar kinds. And, you know, it won't be perfect, but an example would be 10 tubes of 2020 Maple Leaves or 20 tubes of 2019 American Silver Eagles. It would just cause less friction in the selling process when it comes to wanting to quickly liquidate when things really start to ramp up in price. Because remember, these prices will start to move very quickly towards the end of a bull market. But again, I'm hoping that I'll be able to liquidate at a less stressful time when prices aren't moving so quickly. So guys, let me know what your selling strategy is. Do you also think that we will have triple digit silver this time around? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Mike Maloney's assessment. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's Black Bullion.